Hello, in this video I'm going to walk you through the integration of a Netgear Arlo Q camera along with the Samsung SmartThings hub. The reason for creation of this video is that I previously looked at integrating the two, so integrating Arlo Q cameras into SmartThings so that they were dynamically enabled and disabled, and the amount of information that was available was very limited. There are also a few caveats and a few quirks with regards to things like push notifications, whether you wanted just a single push notification from, say, the Samsung app rather than Arlo, as well as if you were changing camera settings via the Arlo app, things would happen where they would get changed by the Samsung app. So just a bit of conflict between the two apps. I will say that after sort of going through it and the testing, I've got it working quite flawlessly, and the actual experience has been very good. But at this time, I just wanted to kind of put that video together to show how it was done. I'm going to assume that you use the SmartThings app already, so you kind of understand that, and you have that side of it set up. So I'm not going to walk through how you would set up a SmartThings hub or anything like that. I'm assuming that's in place and you have the app on your device. And likewise, I'm going to assume you're relatively knowledgeable about cameras and how they would work. So if I just go over to my phone using a screen sharing tool, unlock that. I go into the Arlo app. So I've added the Arlo app and just enable it for Touch ID, just for easy access. Okay, I shall do that at a later date. So within my Arlo app and within this demo environment, I've set up two cameras, one interior, one exterior. And really, once that's done, you'll have those devices configured. You can go in and you'll see for the interior, you have this SmartThings interior profile. That won't occur until you've done the integration. So until you've added these cameras into the Samsung SmartThings app, that profile won't appear. Once that appears, all you really use the Arlo app for is viewing videos or viewing live streams with the camera. You won't typically go in to do anything else. So if I go and edit the settings of interior, it records when motion is detected, when audio is detected. Do nothing, or do I want it to record a video, take a snapshot, or send a push notification or email alerts. Okay. So as I say, if we then go back and do the same thing for exterior, perhaps it's slightly different. Again, do nothing, motion, audio, and push notification. Okay. So, as I say, that this profile doesn't come into effect. What you would find is if you change settings within here, you would find that the Samsung app will overwrite them. So as I say, it's really just about that. If you've got push notifications enabled, as you saw I did, essentially the SmartThings app would also send you a push notification. So what you don't want to happen is to receive a push notification from the Arlo app and also from the Samsung app. So what you're going to do is leave push notifications turned on within the Arlo app, within those profiles, but then come into your settings here and scroll right down to the Arlo app itself and go in there and turn off notifications. So you're kind of still allowing the app to send push notifications, but you're not having iOS deliver them to you. Basically, they would just be used by the Samsung SmartThings app. So if I go into that, authenticate, and essentially this is just the landing page for SmartThings. If you hadn't added the cameras, you would click on the little home icon and click add. I've already added that, but I'll just show you. So you'd click on add and you say add device manually, and it would be a camera, it would be an Arlo Q or Q Plus or Pro, whatever you've got. So you'd basically go through this wizard to add that camera. I've already got them, so basically I'm going to go back and cancel that, and exterior camera is active. So I shall click that. So that shows you that it's currently in place and active. So if you click on the cog on the screen, that's just the video quality. So when you record a video, you want it to be 1080p, 720p, 480, whichever setting you want. If you click on the top right cog next to the word exterior, this is where you essentially do your camera configuration. And these are the settings that would override those that are in the Arlo app. Okay. So give it a name. So so first off, active, the camera's switched on. Give it a name, exterior. So when I see a push notification come that says exterior app, or sorry, exterior camera, that means that it's relating to this particular one. If you want to invert the image, so if you mount the camera upside down, it will invert the image. Night vision, so when there's no, at night time, if the outside light doesn't come on, it will still focus in and will use night vision. Whether you want a status light on the camera itself, whether you want to adjust motion sensitivity or audio. Obviously, if the camera's outside, potentially it's going to be quite sensitive because cars are going to drive past, there'll be outside noise generally. So you might want to change that, make that quite low. If we then come back and go into automation settings. So that's where you would have configured the camera settings, and then these routines are just kind of how you want the cameras to behave or the device to behave. So if you added a new routine, I'm just going to create one. I'm going to say demo. Okay. Then it's really what you want to happen. So I know these aren't switches as such, but that's what they're classed as. So maybe you could say, what do you want to happen? You want to turn on these lights or switches. So it could be a plug socket, it could be a camera. So you could say, yep, I'm going to turn on the interior camera. And then this is where you go. You're going to change mode. And you can say what profile it is, away or night or home. So it could just be at certain periods. Or you could say, I want it to automatically perform this particular script when a certain event happens. So, for example, if you were using the Samsung alarm, it could be that if the alarm goes off, you want to turn on the camera, or when the alarm is armed, that's when you want to turn on the camera. It could be at sunset, it could be a sunrise, so it could be that you say every evening at 7 o'clock the camera's switched on, or it could be when another device is turned off, or when something happens, or when things start to quiet down, when a door's locked, unlocked. It really depends what other Samsung IoT devices you're using. It could be that you've marked your phones and registered them within the Samsung SmartThings app as well, and you're also using them to alert when you're at home or when you leave. So it could be that when you leave the house, that's when the cameras get enabled. So again, it could just be fully automated. So let's just go for sunset and sunrise. So I'm going to say, I want the camera to be enabled at sunset. I'm not going to specify a time. I'm going to let it figure out its own sunset time. Okay. So that's now done. So that's there. So you go into demo. You could review the settings if required. So I just clicked on it and that's basically activated it. But if you click on the cogs, that will then go in and allow you to change the settings if need be. Okay. So as I say, there was just a few little caveats I found, certainly around the push notifications, making sure they're right, understanding that the Samsung's SmartThings app ultimately would take over the configuration of the cameras. When I first set it all up, I was changing settings on the camera, like audio, motion, those sort of things, and then they kept being changed or switched off. And as I found, that's because it was the Samsung app that was doing it. So really, as long as you're making sure push notifications, realizing that Samsung's basically in charge of these devices now, and then really setting up those routines and that automation, it's all pretty simple and works very well. So hopefully this was of benefit to you. Thanks for your time.